Stephen A. Smith argues he can win presidential election after Democrats' pathetic 2024 run. Outspoken ESPN host stirs 2028 presidential speculation, elaborates on Hannity's. ESPN host Stephen A. Smith is stirring speculation about a possible bid for the U.S. presidency in 2028. During a recent episode of the Stephen A. Smith Show, Smith hinted that he might consider entering the political arena. The Democratic Party looks so pathetic after this election, I might entertain running. I just might change my mind one day. I doubt it, but I might. Because how much would it take to beat y'all? And Trump can't run again, he said. However, during an interview on Hannity, Smith clarified his stance, firmly stating that he has no plans to run. "My lifestyle is quite lovely," Smith said. "I would not want to ruin that by running for the presidency of the United States of America. I have no interest, but I was just trying to make a profound point." He added that with the Democratic Party in its current divided state and without a clear frontrunner, a candidate with broad recognition like himself could be a contender. "I think the Democratic Party, in the state that they find themselves in, I think somebody like me could actually win," the First Take host argued Tuesday. A recent poll from McLaughlin and Associates in January shows former Vice President Kamala Harris as the distant frontrunner against other top Democrats. Harris led the pack among Democratic voters with 33%, followed by former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg at 9% and California Governor Gavin Newsom at 7%. Smith's popularity led him to receive 2% in the poll, and he believes he could certainly win if he launched a campaign. In recent months, Smith has become more vocal on political issues, particularly when it comes to the debate over diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. In a video on his YouTube channel, he criticized former President Donald Trump's stance on DEI initiatives. Smith particularly objected to Trump's view that DEI policies were often used to justify hiring individuals who were unqualified due to their minority status. During his interview with Hannity, the Bronx, New York native further explained his position. "My issue with the eradication of DEI, it was the explanation that the Trump administration and others were giving about it. I don't want to hear DEI automatically being about people who happen to be minorities that are unqualified," Smith said. Trump signed an executive order terminating many DEI initiatives and dismissed hundreds of government employees involved in DEI-related work. Trump also suggested that DEI standards at the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, could have contributed to the recent Washington plane crash, which killed 67 people. "We must have only the highest standards for those who work in our aviation system," Trump remarked. "Only the highest aptitude you have to be the highest intellect and psychologically superior people were allowed to qualify for air traffic controllers. It's one thing to get rid of it altogether," said Smith. "It's another thing entirely to articulate and verbalize the position that everybody that was associated with DEI are unqualified individuals."